What up, my people, and welcome back to Let's Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Dustin Calloway. Let's get into this thing. Honestly, what episode am I on? I think this might be episode 7? Something, 6 or 7. But let's get into it. Today, I want to cover this topic on my podcast because I've been seeing a lot of, reckless stuff going on just over time, man, and I just want to address it today. Get a little swig of water first. So I'm literally going to call this episode Women, Stop Staying with Men That Treat You Like Shit. Just stop it, man. I see a gang of women out there with men that treat them like shit every single day. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've witnessed it. If you were a man that tells you to shut up, or he says fucked up shit to you around his friends and family, and treat you like shit, leave his ass. I get it. Sometimes it may be tough, because you may need that man, or you think you need that man to keep pushing forward. Now, I'm not saying that this is not a podcast episode where I'm telling all women, stand up, fuck these men, forget them. Nah, I'm talking to the ones that are literally treated like shit by the men that they with. And I know I'm talking to you. You know who you are. You know who you are. Don't take that shit anymore. If you were a man right now, he dog you out in front of his friends. He call you names in front of his friends and family. He don't have no respect for you. He shows zero respect for you in front of your friends and family. Y'all friends and family. Leave his ass, man. You do not deserve to be treated like that. You don't. You don't deserve to be treated like that. You need to focus on building yourself up. Focus on building yourself up. Now, and don't be a mental and physical punching bag. Don't. The reason why a lot of men treat you like shit is because you allow him to. You let him get away with that shit one fucking time. That's going to turn into 2 times. That's going to turn into 3 times. And then it's just going to be a regular fucking thing until you just get used to being treated like shit. And it won't get better. You could leave that, you could threaten that motherfucker to leave, and just because he's treating you like shit, he'll beg you to come back, and he promised he won't do it again. But 9 times out of 10, he's going to probably do that shit again. And then what's the next step? What do y'all go? Would you fight him the next time? No. Don't take the shit. There are millions of men out there in the world. Millions of them. Millions of men. You don't have to take shit from none of them. You don't give me what I want. You don't treat me. Well, I'm not saying give me like somebody supposed to give you money or something like that, or give you somewhere to live or pay your fucking bills. No, I'm not talking about that. But if you don't give me the respect that I deserve, I'm fucking gone. Because guess what a man will do? A majority of the men that I know, if a woman treats them like shit, they'll leave. I'm not to fight you. I'll leave. I'll just go find another chick that won't treat me like that. Take that same thing. Take that same rule and apply it to yourself. Apply it to yourself, women. Because I'm sick of seeing it, man. I'm sick of seeing women. I've been in front of women before, and I've watched some people that I know dog them out. And like, these are people that I called my friends. Like they would be with their girl, bring their girl around. It's me, my homie, or one of my friends and they girl, and they just dogged the shit out of them in front of me. And I just was like, God damn, why did you take the fucking abuse? And then I get it. I know, a lot of y'all be afraid of y'all man, but no, what the fuck he gonna do? Beat you up? No, it don't work like that. You better get your cousin Terrell, Lil John and them, and Lil Pee Wee and them, and handle that. But get the fuck away from that man. Get away from him. You ain't got to take that shit. You don't have to put up with the fucking mental abuse. You don't have to take that shit, man. You are worth way more than you think or you know. Now, I know some of y'all are navigating this thing that we call life without a lot of guidance. I know y'all are. I know y'all are. You know, and it's a bunch of different reasons why a lot of y'all women put up with the shit, you know, like in my case. Let me just talk about myself for a minute here. Because I don't like to just, you know, I do a lot of videos and I have a lot of footage of me just talking about everything in life. But one thing I try to do is I always try to tie my life into it also, because it ain't just about talking about everybody else and what they got going on. It's also about coming back and talking about some of the stuff that I go through also. So I said, I know a lot of y'all are navigating this thing that we call life without a lot of guidance. And what I mean by that is some men were raised without fathers or without mothers, or they had both of them, but they were not guided right. So they turned out fucked up. They went out into this world and they had to figure that shit out on their own. And that shit, to me, I say good luck. Because if a child is left to go out there into the world with no motherfucking instructions, no guidance, no, just a little bit of direction, good luck. If the world and the street got to raise them, the wolves got to raise them, shit. You gonna get that. That's what you gonna get in a relationship. So to go and talk about my own shit that I'm going through right now. I got 2 daughters, right? And when I tell you, I'm afraid for the future, their futures. And if y'all watching this right now, just know that this is how I truly feel. And the reason I say I'm afraid for their futures is because I can get on this camera every fucking day, every day, and I could talk about shit with women, shit about men, life, growing up, racism, everything. But the one thing that I know for a fact that I have no control over is the shit that is being fed to my children when I'm not around. Yeah, that's a real thing. And that's what a lot of men go through. And that's what a lot of women go through also, if the shoe is on the other foot. But in my case, my daughters don't live with me. My daughters come visit me. And my daughters are being raised in a house where what I say, all this information that I put out there, the way that I am, like, this is no joke. I try to guide them and talk to them the right way to guide them and try to get them, steer them in the right direction so that they don't run into these fucked up dudes that's going to treat them like shit. But the downside to everything that I do, everything that I try to teach them, everything I talk to them about, when you see your kids going over to the dark side and you see that you actually losing control, that's what hurts the most. Because that alignment shit, right? So yeah, we live in broken homes, right? My kids don't live with me. That's the bottom line. So the whole idea was get in alignment with moms, right? Get in alignment with them and make sure that we navigate this thing together and we make sure that we do the right thing and make sure that they headed in the right direction, right? Well, that shit don't work when you have children that live in a house with somebody that say, fuck your daddy a bitch to the kids, right? So on one side, I tell women to stop staying with men that treat you like shit. But then I feel like my own children are being raised to be women that treat men like shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's just me basically jumping into it. So again, I say, I know a lot of y'all are navigating this thing that we call life without a lot of guidance. And that's where I came into my story to talk about my own kids. Like, they are literally, I'm the guidance for them, right? But every fucking thing that I try to put into them and I try to give them, that shit, it goes no fucking where, because everything that I'm trying to build in them, moms is on the other end like, fuck your daddy, he a bitch ass nigga. Yeah. And this ain't me just talking shit, trying to put them down, but this is the shit that we run into, right? So just imagine, there are a lot of men out here in this world that they being raised by women like that, right? being raised by women or men, but every man that I know that ain't, with his baby mama or mother of his child or whatever, the mom got the kid. And that's just what it is. But so you got to imagine a man, a little boy being raised up in a house like that with a fucking toxic ass mama. And she basically ain't doing shit to help guide him in the right direction, right? So fast forward, this little young man growing up in this fucking world where all he's taught is fuck your daddy. Fuck this and fuck that. And then he see multiple men running through your mama house. What do you think he's going to turn into? Possibly that man is going to treat you like shit. So somewhere along the lines of life, someone failed you or you failed yourself, right? So then you end up with that person that life failed, or that man just failed himself. So if you don't pay attention and you don't start doing the math on these motherfucking men when you meet them, you can end up in a lot of fucking danger staying with a man that's gonna treat you like shit. The time is now. Stop taking shit from no good ass men. Do the math on them. When you meet these men, ask them questions. Question them. Question their upbringing. Just ask a few fucking questions. That shit will answer a lot of shit. It'll resolve a lot of problems, man. Right out the gates. Stop being thirsty for fucking love. Stop being thirsty to say that you in a relationship. Stop being thirsty just to say that you fucking married. It seemed like every fucking body that I see in a shitty ass relationship that complain about their shitty ass relationship, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, it's always because they chase somebody else's fucking dream. Slow the fuck down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow the fuck down, man. Start questioning yourself. Start questioning the choices that you make. The first time a man treats you like shit, address that shit. Don't shake that shit off. I don't give a fuck if he try to say that you emotional. Nah, you ain't emotional. I'm just not taking your fucking shit. That's what you need to do. You need to be strong. Women, I need y'all to get strong, man. There are millions of men out there in the world that will not treat you like shit. Just because you see a pretty nigga, just because you see a motherfucker with money, just because you see a motherfucker that got the money and the good looks, that shit don't mean nothing. That shit don't mean nothing. You ain't got to put up with that bullshit. You ain't got to put up with it. And I'll take it a step further. Even if it's a man who don't treat you like shit physically, mentally, like talking to you, right? Cussing you out, dogging you in front of your friends, in front of his friends and shit, and your family, friends and family. Just because a motherfucker got money, that shit don't mean that he can cheat on you. That shit don't mean that he can go out here and do whatever the fuck he want to do to you. If you are a woman and you believe in I'm your woman, you my man, it's just us, that's what, set your expectations for that and hold that shit tight. Don't let nothing push you left or right on that shit. Stay right down the middle with that shit. And if a motherfucker don't respect that and they feel like just because they got money or they got looks or whatever, and you better be happy you got me. No, don't fall for that shit. You don't need that shit because you can do better. You can find somebody that's going to respect you. Trust me, I done seen that shit 1,000 times, man. I know the girls that I went to high school with, I would see the girls with high school with the ugly motherfucking dude, right? The ugly dude that sold drugs. That had babies by this motherfucker and everything. And I'll be looking at this motherfucker like, you a stupid motherfucker. You just with this dude because he got money, but you see here, ugly ass motherfucker. If he was broke, you would never talk to the motherfucker. But guess what? His little ugly money having ass still didn't treat you right. What you thought because you was cute, he was gonna treat you right? Nah. His money was buying him up fucking other chicks like you. Respect yourself, man. You got to reevaluate what you value, man. Reevaluate what you value. And what I say is value yourself first. Value your fucking self first. Don't put nobody else over you. Think about what matters to you the most. Stop letting men treat y'all like shit. Flat out. If you at home right now and you got a boyfriend or you got a husband, that shit is all the fucking same to me. Boyfriend, husband, y'all been the fucking together for a long time. What the fuck ever. Don't let that motherfucker treat you like shit. Don't do that shit. I don't give a fuck if he take the trash out. I don't give a fuck if he shovel the snow, change the tires, and fucking get the oil changed on the car. All that shit. You know the funny thing? A lot of women think that y'all can't do that shit on your own. Yeah, you can. You could do all that shit on your own. So don't just because a motherfucker's in your life and they doing all that shit for you, that shit don't mean nothing. You still deserve fucking respect. You still deserve fucking respect. You still deserve it. Flat out. Don't take shit from nobody. Don't think that just because a motherfucker's doing something for you, that you gotta be a slave to that motherfucker. No, you don't. You ain't no slave. You want respect, my man, you give it to me. You show me some respect. Like, I'm sick and tired of it, man. I'm sick and tired of it. Stop falling for the goddamn pretty boy shit. Like, stop, man. Just because a motherfucker look good with you in pictures or when you going around your girls looking at your man like, oh shit, look at your dude. He cute than a motherfucker. Pause. That's it? But what do your friends know that when he go home, he treat you like shit? Even if he don't dog you out in front of your friends. When he take you home, y'all leave a fucking little event with the little family cookout. Y'all leave a little fucking bar, dinner and shit. You know, where y'all took these nice ass fucking bullshit ass Instagram pictures because, you know, all that shit is bullshit anyway. You know, everybody putting up all these pictures on Instagrams, couples. But soon as that motherfucking flash go off, soon as that picture is uploaded and you put your little comments up under the video, hashtag we love, hashtag we in love forever. People don't know behind the scenes he treats you like fucking shit. Is it worth it? Nah, that shit ain't worth it. Let me tell you something about me. I'm a man. Let my woman start treating me like shit. We'll tear this whole motherfucking house down. And I'm not talking about fighting and shit like that, wrestling. Nah, fuck that, everything. Where you going? Okay, I'm gone. Where you going? Okay, you pack your shit, I'm gonna pack my shit. We the fuck up out of here. Cause you ain't gonna treat me like shit. And the same thing goes for my woman. I wouldn't treat her like shit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit in front of my family. I'm not gonna sit in front of my friends and dog my woman out. I'm not gonna do that shit. Because that shit is wrong. That shit is wrong. So if you got a man at home treating you like shit right now, I'm telling you, put your fucking foot down, put your goddamn foot up his ass, not fucking fighting. Don't fight. But I'm telling you, don't take that shit no more. Muscle up. Muscle up. I be seeing y'all out here looking bad, man. Looking bad, chasing behind these motherfuckers that treat you like shit. You deserve respect. We living in a world where I see so many men fighting every day. And I'm not finna say this is that toxic masculinity shit. I get that shit out of here. But I'm talking about, we live in a world every day where I see men always, every single day, you know, women couldn't do shit. They always talk about how women wouldn't be able to do anything without a man. Like, shit, you need my sperm to make a baby. So without a woman, what would you put your sperm in? I'll wait. We fucking need each other, you dumbass. I would not be here today if my mom and dad didn't fuck, right? My dad didn't fuck a goat and make me. My dad didn't fuck a horse and make me. He didn't fuck a chicken and make me, did he? No. So this is the shit that I see every fucking single day. I see, and I've been seeing a lot of women falling for that shit too. But this ain't back in the days, y'all. This ain't the fucking old school. This ain't the 50s and 60s and shit where you gotta sit there and fucking be quiet and take that shit. You don't. Muscle up. Muscle up. Muscle up. I'm a man. I'm telling you this shit. Muscle the fuck up. Stop taking that shit. You don't have to sit there and take nothing. I see a lot of men. I watched this one podcast. I'm not going to throw the name out there, but it's a dude that I like the dude a little bit. He cool, pause, but his whole idea about how women should follow behind men, I don't agree with that shit. I just don't. I don't. Women, you were not coming from me. This ain't coming from no Bible. This ain't coming from no goddamn special books or nothing like that. This is coming from me. I've been alive long enough and I've come to realize that women, y'all were not put here to be our slaves. Y'all were put here for us to build together. Build together. You hear what I'm saying? We were put here to build together. That's my conclusion that I'm coming to. We wasn't put here to say, women, y'all stay at home and just have my babies and take care of the house and cook and clean my fucking clothes. Nah, man, I don't fuck all that bullshit. That's bullshit. You ain't no goddamn slave. You don't sit at home and wait on no man just to tell you what to do all the damn time. You got your own brain. Why you have, okay, if you were supposed to be a slave to a man and let a man treat you like shit, why were you even born with a whole brain? Huh? Why were you born with a brain that allows you to make decisions? How does it feel if you a woman right now and you living at home with a man who treats you like shit? He boss your ass around. He slave your ass out. How does it fucking feel to have an opinion about something, but you never fucking say it because you're afraid of what he gonna say to you, or in some cases do to you? Because it ain't just about a man treating you like shit in some cases. In a lot of cases, men beat the shit out their women. They beat their ass because something up here in the brain of that woman said, I don't agree with that. I think this. I think that. So then they shut up and they don't say nothing else. Don't put up with that shit no more. Stop letting men treat you like shit. Stop. Don't take that shit no more. The first time your man say something out of line, he say something that make you look stupid than a motherfucker in front of your family. Don't sit there and do this. Put your head down. Pick your fucking head up. Pick your fucking head up. Because you're a fucking human. You're a human being. You ain't no goddamn slave to nobody. And if a man won't respect that, you know what? He can get the fuck on. Tell him to get the fuck on. Because at the end of the day, we here. We here. We need each other. We need each other to survive. We ain't here. We ain't here. He ain't just on top of you and you up under him and he make all the decisions. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. We here. We work together to solve problems. We work together to raise these kids. We work together to figure out the future. We work together to figure out how we're going to survive. That's what we do. We work together. I know some of y'all are navigating this thing called life without a lot of guidance. Again, I've said that multiple times today. But again, this is me giving you the guidance. This is me telling you something that I've learned from a life of, just throughout my experience, throughout my 36 years of navigating this thing that we call life. I've come to realize this. We need each other to survive. I used to treat women like shit. Like I'm real. I used to treat women like shit. Get on with them, mess with them, sleep with them. Not treat them like shit, like, oh, shut your dumb ass up, get up out my crib. Nah, none of that shit. But play them. Just play them. Mess with them, then don't hit up no more. Don't respond to text messages no more. You know, just cold shoulder. Wouldn't mess with them, just string them along. Have 3, 4 women at the same time. You know what I'm saying? treating them like shit. And they knew it too. A lot of them knew it. They knew that it wasn't just them. That shit too. Don't deal with that shit. And I'm going to take it a step further. Even though this one is about stop letting men treat you like shit, it still falls into the same pot. Stop letting men string you along too. Stop letting them string you along. If something don't feel right, if something just feels a little off, feel free to question that man. Don't just sit back there, because you know what used to happen with me when I would string the women along and had, 3 or 4 different women stringing them along. None of them would ever fucking question me about why I would never hit them up or why I wouldn't return their phone calls. They just went along with that shit. So as I got older, and I got wiser, I started to question myself like, who raised them? Who raised them like to just basically be these people, these women that would accept anything, just as long as you give me my one or 2 days a week? Even though you wanted more, you never questioned me, even though I always ignored your phone calls. I treated you like shit. That's what we are doing now. A lot of men are doing that shit now. So it goes beyond just your man dogging you in front of the friends. It goes beyond your man dogging you in front of your family and his family. And they ain't speaking up for you. Or they have, and you just ignore the shit, and you just let it keep going on. It goes beyond that. A lot of us treat y'all like shit out the gates. We meet y'all somewhere. We meet you on a social media, whatever. We get on with y'all. We start off with the new shit in the beginning, right? Where we're going to text a lot. We're going to talk on the phone a lot. We're going to see each other, right? And then you decide to let us smash. And then all of a sudden, everything from the beginning, it just starts to fade away. I'm sorry, not phase, but fade away. So I stopped texting you so much. I stopped responding to your text messages. I stopped responding to your phone calls. I pick up every now and again, only because I'm bored and all my other options then phase out on me. And I start getting really weird, right? And I'm different than when we met. But you never question that shit. You just keep on dealing with the fucking bullshit. Nah. That's me treating you like shit. I changed after you gave me something. That's me treating you like shit. You should have just stood the fuck up and said, hey man, fuck you, Dustin. Fuck you, man. We did this, we did that in the beginning, everything was cool. Then we did this, and then everything changed. Fuck you, I see what you want. I'm giving you this free game. This is what we do. And y'all gotta stop putting up with that shit, man. Stop putting up with it. And the funny thing is, that's the reason why I do a lot of these podcasts by myself, right? Because one thing I don't want to do is, I don't want to get into a debate on this and that, blah, 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 blah. Nah, I ain't finna get into no debate about it, because I know who I am. I know what I did. I know what I did to a lot of women. So I'm going to talk about my experience, and I'm going to also throw a little bit of game out there. And just to go back one more time, I'm going to go back on, I know some of y'all are navigating this thing called, what did I write? Let me see. I know some of y'all are navigating this thing that we call life without a lot of guidance. To go back to my daughters and to just, tie a little bit up with them. This is the reason why I said I'm afraid for their future. It's because everything that I talk about, everything that I say here on this camera, everything, I say the same shit to my daughters. Just because I know. When I think back in my mind to some of the shit that I remember from my childhood, even something that my parents said, when I think back on it, I don't remember none of this stuff. None of it. And I wish that some of this shit would have been said to me when I was younger. I wish. Because I think that if I would have been guided more in a direction where I was told to respect women, I was told to be more responsible sexually, I think I would have been a little bit better off in life. And I'm not saying that my life is fucked up, it's not, but you know, my whole idea of having children was not to have kids and not be with the person that I had my kids with, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, navigating this thing that we call life, I had to learn the hard way. And it's not to say that I was hard-headed. I wasn't hard-headed, but it was like, you know, if you don't have nobody sitting up here talking to you about this shit, what is life every day when you wake up then? Experiment. Life is an experiment if you don't have someone at home guiding you on this thing that we call life. Relationships. Children. If it ain't nobody out there guiding you, telling you that, hey, don't have kids too young. Or when you meet this girl, look for this, and this. Ask this question, ask that question. When you meet this man, ask this question, ask that question. Look for this, look for that. If you ain't got all that, it's going to be hard navigating this thing that we call life. So that's why I'm putting these type of videos out there. This is why I talk about the things that I talk about on my podcast, because I'm talking from me growing up, and just sitting back watching a lot of people that I just know personally, just growing up, man. Like, and I would sit back and I would see some of the shit that they went through, and I would be like, God damn, man. Like, and I would sit there and look at some of my friends, and I would be like, man, damn, man, why ain't your pops talking to you about this, man? Like, or why ain't your mama talking to you about this? Why are you going through this in your 30s? But that's what happens when we was younger, and I watched us all grow up, and I see the way that, you know, their parents raised them, and how my parents raised me, and now I see why we go through what we go through. So this is my way to tell you women, whether you are young or you an old woman now, stop taking shit, man. Don't take the shit from men. Don't. And, you know, I could have made this episode about, you know, men and women, but I wanted to focus on men today because, like I said, I know a lot of people, a lot of men that I know right now, they treat their women like shit, and I feel sorry for them, man. And I just be like, God damn, why do you allow this shit to happen? And then, you know, the crazy part is sometimes when I see the shit, like I've seen a few times where I wanted to jump in like, hey man, shut the fuck up talking to her like that. But I'm like, that's his girl. But I be feeling like sometimes, man, maybe we need to, you know, jump out there and help some of these women. I'm not saying like go fight the dude for her, but some of these women need to hear this shit coming from men. So if you a man out there in this world, man, and you know that you seeing a lot of shit that we doing that's fucked up, man, speak up, man. Speak up. Stop letting our women just go through this shit, man. We got to protect our women. You know what I'm saying? Like we do. I'm not saying that we just need to protect our women and fuck men. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that y'all know that we can defeat women, right? Physically. If we try to get into a fight, 90% of the time, we are going to fuck them up, right? That shit shouldn't make you feel like a tough guy. That shit shouldn't make you feel powerful. But it's a lot of people, a lot of men out there, not all, but a lot of men out there that know that. So that's why they treat a lot of women like shit. And there's a lot of other reasons why men treat women like shit too, but for the most part, a lot of men look at women as weak individuals, and they need us to keep on surviving. That shit ain't real. That shit ain't real. That shit is not real. This is not the old school. This is not that shit that women were brainwashed into believing back in the days. That shit was all bullshit if you ask me. I don't look at my woman as my slave. I don't look at that. I look at us as partners, and we navigating this thing together. So again, if your man is out there treating you like shit, fucking leave him. If your man is out there treating you like shit, leave him. Leave him. Man, I'm sorry, y'all, but that was a lot for me, man. That was a lot. And I'm just saying because I'm just tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of seeing it. Every time I go across, social media and I see a woman getting smacked the fuck up by a man, I see a man choking a woman, I see a man beating on a woman, that shit bothers me, man. I see a man dogging the shit out of a woman, that shit bothers me when I see my own people that I personally know, dogging a fucking woman out, and I just be like, God damn, like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? That shit bothers me, man. But yeah, man, it's a lot. But that's pretty much gonna wrap up this episode of Let's Talk Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button, please. Hit the like button, please, 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 please hit the like button. I'm getting pretty good with the views, and I really appreciate all of you that support my videos. And I appreciate you guys. Watching my videos. Any feedback that you guys can give me, I would really appreciate it. And I hope everybody is staying safe throughout the whole COVID, 19 thing that we got going on. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, and I'm looking forward to 2021 to blow this thing out the water. But I really appreciate you guys, man. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below, please, to help with the algorithm. And also head over to Instagram at Dustin Calloway and subscribe. Follow me. Head over to Facebook, Dustin J. Calloway. Follow me on Facebook, send me a friend request. Or just follow me on there. Twitter, Dustin_Calloway on Twitter. And I just jumped on that new application. What is it called? It's a new application that everybody's using now. It's called Clubhouse. So yeah, I jumped on Clubhouse, and it's actually pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see like a lot of different topics on there, and I like to just jump in these rooms and listen to these people talk. I don't really say anything, but I like to listen to them talk. But I wouldn't mind starting a channel on here or starting a conversation on here, talking about a few different things. But honestly, this is what this podcast is for. But I'm on Clubhouse at Dustin Calloway on Clubhouse. So if you want to just follow me on there, please feel free to help me get this thing rolling, man. I'm trying to hit every avenue that I can. I'm trying to hit every different outlet that I can to get this thing going. And also, I started a Forex trading company. A Forex trading platform. So I'm basically teaching people how to, about the Forex market and how to trade Forex. So yeah, if you want to go over there and get signed up, it's just $50 flat to get my training material. It's about 26 or 27 training videos. And $50, you can have them all, and you can learn, you have access to them forever. But yeah. So yeah, the website is traderslearningscircle.com. Traderslearningscircle.com. And also I have a page on Twitter, on Instagram, for my business, and it's called Traders Learning Circle, Traders Learning Circle on Instagram. So go ahead and head over there and follow me. And again, smash that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I really appreciate all you guys. And thanks again for all of your support. And I will see you in the next video. And women, again, stop taking shit from these men. Peace.